Hello everyone, and welcome to my Update US Gossip channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Meri Brown of Sister Wives has finally stopped trusting Kody and Robyn, who will be her attorney. Sister Wives star Meri Brown is showing a new version of herself following the latest preview for the second half of season 19. Several of Kody's former wives have inquired about the division of the Kody Pass property. Meri appears to be inspired by Janelle's legal fight with Kody for the property, as she is already taking legal action. Read on to learn why. Sister Wives, Kody Brown and the Kody Pass division. The division of the Kody Pass property has been the center of discussion over the recent seasons. During a January 19 episode, Janelle told Christine she hired a lawyer to protect her share of Kody Pass. The Sister Wives star was upset by how Kody was not dividing the land equally. Janelle then revealed that the property was finally paid off, but her ex-husband doesn't seem serious about selling it. So we own, in total, about 14 acres out at Kody Pass, she explained. The way it's titled, if we were to sell it right now, Meri would get compensated for like, an acre and a half of the whole 14. Janelle emphasized that Meri would be at a great disadvantage, and it seems she's finally taking action in the second part of the season. When did Meri stop trusting Kody and Robyn? TLC recently released a preview clip from the second half of Sister Wives season 19. Janelle tells the cameras in the trailer that she won't leave as long as the property remains a source of contention. Later, a scene showed Meri expressing her rage to Janelle. In a separate clip, Meri revealed, "I'm gonna have to get some lawyers involved." Her voiceover was later played, saying that there are a few things she will fight for. Meri then shaded Robyn, saying, "There's so many people that are like, she was a liar. She was playing games." The preview also showed Kody telling in his confessional that he's not trying to rip Meri off. Robyn later appeared and said she's always had Meri's back even when others are plotting against her. Meri then fired back, saying that she and Robyn had a bond, but she's now questioning it after she ghosted her. Sister Wives, how's Meri Brown today? Meri is now embracing her new life after leaving Kody. She currently lives in Utah and has been spending more time with her friends. Recently, the Sister Wives star opened up about the struggles of growing up in a plural family, adding that they always had to be quiet about everything. Robyn Brown's latest on-screen behavior has many Sister Wives fans proclaiming that her mask has finally been unveiled, and that the jig is up. For years, Robyn has been portrayed as a confident, in-control figure, a woman who managed to balance the immense pressures of public life with her role as one of the central figures in the Brown family. However, recent episodes and behind-the-scenes revelations suggest that the carefully cultivated persona Robyn projected may have been just that, a facade designed to deflect accountability and maintain her grip on power within a complex family dynamic. As fans dissect every subtle cue and carefully edited moment, they now argue that the once unassailable image of Robyn is crumbling under the weight of her own contradictions, and the truth about her motivations and vulnerabilities is coming to light. Unmasking the persona. For decades, Robyn's public image has been one of strength and poise, a shield that allowed her to navigate the turbulent waters of polygamous family life and relentless media scrutiny. Yet, beneath the surface, many have long suspected that her calm exterior masked a deep-seated insecurity and a strategic use of victimhood. Recent confessional segments have provided a rare glimpse into the complexities of her character. In these moments, Robyn's carefully rehearsed lines are interspersed with raw expressions of frustration, hinting that her assertiveness might be less about genuine confidence and more about a calculated effort to deflect blame for the family's internal issues. Fans now believe that the mask she wore to project an image of unwavering control is slipping, exposing the real person behind the public persona, a person who is grappling with the challenges of maintaining power while dealing with personal vulnerabilities. The jig is up, signs of a crumbling facade. Observers point to a series of incidents that signal this unmasking. In one pivotal scene, a tense family meeting devolved into a moment where Robyn's nonverbal cues, a prolonged eye roll, a dismissive gesture, spoke louder than her carefully chosen words. These moments, repeatedly highlighted by fans on social media, have been interpreted as clear evidence that Robyn is no longer willing or able to hide behind a veneer of perfection. Her body language, unguarded and raw, suggests that the pressures of managing a high-profile polygamous household have finally caught up with her, and her facade is showing cracks. For fans who have followed her evolution, the realization that the jig is up comes as both a relief and a moment of bitter validation. They see it as the long-awaited exposure of a system that has, for too long, celebrated surface-level drama while ignoring the real emotional toll of internal power struggles. A history of strategic deflection. Critics of Robyn argue that her approach to conflict within the Brown family has consistently relied on deflection and self-victimization. Instead of taking responsibility for decisions that have led to familial strife, Robyn has often shifted the focus onto others, using blame as a tool to preserve her own image. Over the years, many have noted how her interactions with Kody and her former sister wives were carefully choreographed to cast her as the aggrieved party, a tactic that not only diverted attention from her own missteps but also deepened the rifts within the family. Now, as the protective mask begins to fall away, viewers see these patterns in a new light. The once dismissed subtle signals, her offhand comments, her calculated expressions during interviews, the way she deflects criticism, are now viewed as part of a long-standing strategy to control the narrative at all costs. With the mask unveiled, it appears that Robyn's approach was less about being the supportive spouse and more about safeguarding her status and ensuring that her version of events remained unchallenged. The emotional cost of public image. At the heart of the controversy is the emotional cost of maintaining such a meticulously crafted image. Robyn's transformation over the years, from a more reserved, almost understated presence to a dominant force in Kody's life, has been accompanied by an internal struggle that few have been willing to acknowledge. Behind the scenes, the constant pressure to appear flawless and in control has left its mark. In recent confessional interviews, Robyn has hinted that the toll of public scrutiny and the relentless demands of reality TV have forced her into a corner where vulnerability is not an option. Instead, she has adopted a persona that shields her from criticism at the expense of authentic connection with her family. For many fans, this revelation is a painful reminder of the human cost of fame, the idea that every carefully constructed smile, every poised gesture, is a barrier that prevents true intimacy from taking root. Now that her mask is being lifted, viewers are left to wonder what kind of person lies beneath the layers of performance, and whether this exposure will lead to genuine healing or further public spectacle. Impact on family dynamics. The unmasking of Robyn's true self has profound implications for the Brown family's internal dynamics. The relationships among Kody, Robyn, and the other wives have always been complex, marked by shifting alliances and deep-seated resentments. With Robyn's facade beginning to crack, long-standing tensions are coming to the fore. Fans have observed that her recent unguarded moments are not just isolated incidents, they signal a potential turning point where the family must confront the real issues that have long been buried beneath the polished surface of public relations. If Robyn's vulnerabilities are allowed to surface and if the family is forced to engage with these unfiltered truths, there is hope among some viewers that this could pave the way for a more honest dialogue about power, responsibility, and genuine support. However, others fear that this unmasking may lead to further divisions, as long-held grievances resurface and the carefully balanced ecosystem of the Brown household is thrown into disarray. Public and media reactions. The response from fans has been immediate and intense. Social media platforms are abuzz with heated discussions, where supporters and detractors alike weigh in on what Robyn's revealed behavior means for the future of sister wives. Hashtags such as #UnmaskingRobyn and #TheJigIsUp have trended, as viewers share their interpretations of her recent interviews and unscripted moments. For many, the exposure of her true self is a long overdue vindication, a signal that the carefully managed image of the Brown family is finally giving way to the messy, complicated reality underneath. Critics argue that this shift might expose the family to even greater vulnerability, as their deeply personal struggles become fodder for public consumption. Nonetheless, there is a palpable sense of relief among many fans who have grown tired of the superficial narratives and are now ready for a more honest portrayal of life behind the cameras. Media analysts have also taken note of this development, suggesting that Robyn's unmasking could represent a strategic shift in the show's narrative approach. In an era where viewers increasingly demand authenticity and accountability from their public figures, the revelation that the facade is finally falling apart could lead to more nuanced storytelling in future seasons. This potential for evolution is seen as both a risk and an opportunity. While the exposure of personal vulnerabilities might lead to further conflict, it also opens the door for meaningful growth and reconciliation within the family. The question remains whether the Brown family will seize this moment to rebuild their relationships on a foundation of transparency and mutual support, or whether the unmasking will only deepen the existing fissures. Broader cultural context. Robyn Brown's journey from a meticulously maintained public image to a more unfiltered display of vulnerability is emblematic of a broader cultural shift in how we view public figures and the nature of authenticity. In today's media landscape, where social media and reality TV constantly blur the lines between performance and genuine emotion, there is a growing demand for leaders who are willing to show their true selves, even if that means revealing imperfections and past mistakes. Robyn's recent admission that her carefully constructed mask is coming off resonates with viewers who feel that the time for superficiality has passed, and that real change begins with honesty. For many, her unmasking is a reminder that behind every polished exterior lies a human being grappling with fear, insecurity, and the desire for true connection, a narrative that is as compelling as it is relatable. Looking forward, possibilities and challenges. The exposure of Robyn's true self raises important questions about the future of the Brown family and the long-running Sister Wives series. Will this moment of vulnerability lead to genuine reconciliation and a reshaping of the family's internal dynamics? Or will it trigger further conflict, as old wounds are reopened and the battle over power and identity intensifies? For fans, the hope is that the unmasking of Robyn's facade will be a catalyst for a more honest and balanced narrative, a turning point that forces all family members to confront the deep-seated issues that have long been hidden behind layers of performance and public relations. Some viewers are optimistic, suggesting that if Kody and the other wives can acknowledge their own roles in the family's dysfunction, it might lead to a more collaborative approach to managing conflicts. In this scenario, Robyn's exposure would serve as a wake-up call, not just for her, but for the entire family, ushering in an era where accountability, vulnerability, and mutual respect replace the old habits of blame and deflection. Others remain skeptical, fearing that the damage done by years of manipulation and performance might be too deep to repair, and that the unmasking could become a source of further public scandal rather than a step toward healing. Conclusion. In the end, the revelation that Robyn Brown's mask is finally coming off, and that the jig is up, represents a significant turning point in the Sister Wives narrative. It challenges long-held perceptions of the Brown family's carefully curated public image, revealing instead a complex web of personal insecurities, power struggles, and the high cost of living life under constant public scrutiny. For fans, this unmasking is both a moment of vindication and a call for deeper reflection. It forces viewers to question the authenticity of the narratives they've been presented with and to demand a more honest portrayal of the challenges that define this unconventional family. Whether this moment will lead to meaningful change within the Brown household or simply add another layer of complexity to an already turbulent saga remains to be seen. What is clear, however, is that the exposure of Robyn's true self, flaws, vulnerabilities, and all, is a potent reminder that the pursuit of a flawless public persona often comes at the expense of genuine human connection. As Sister Wives moves forward, the hope among fans is that this turning point will pave the way for a more authentic dialogue within the family, where every member is held accountable and every vulnerability is acknowledged. Only then can the Brown family begin to truly heal and evolve beyond the cycle of performance and blame that has defined their story for so long. In a world where the pressure to maintain a perfect image is relentless, Robyn's unmasking stands as a powerful testament to the enduring need for authenticity, a need that, if embraced, may finally allow the family to chart a path toward real, lasting change.